Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Spud Finds a Geode. In today's video, I'm going to be going through all the gems and rocks that Moana and I got on our trip down to Tennessee. Specifically, we got them at Pigeon Forge Gem Mine. So if people ever wonder, is it worth it, spending the money, trying to just get these rocks that you just you don't really dig for them. They have, a little sand bucket, and that's what you use to scoop about, but it's a great experience just in general. So I'm gonna go through all these rocks. I did let them sit in a little bubble bath of Dawn soap and hot water for about 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just dip it in water and show you guys what it looks like. So there's gonna be one video of just the rocks, and then there's gonna be a video of me talking about the rocks in general and what we liked about it. So I'm gonna start out with this one. This is the first one. And this is the one that I like the most right off the bat. And I think it was because on our way there, we stopped at a Buc-ee's. If any of you guys have ever stopped at a Buc-ee's and got gas or food there, go ahead and drop a like and comment and let me know your experience. But I got fudge there, and it reminded me exactly of this. And I loved it. So that's the reason why I like this one right off the bat. So yeah, it's just this nice square, and I can't imagine what the actual rock looked like in crystal. So that's this one. And also too, if you guys know the names of these, go ahead and feel free to drop a comment and let everybody else know. So as I'm learning these rocks, some other people might be learning these rocks as well. Now this one is the agate. If you watch the video, you would see, and it had the X on it. I'm not sure why they ended up doing that. Probably to sort it or something like that, but this rock is beautiful as well. I think we both really like this one. I always just wonder what the actual entire rock looks like. These ones are nice as well. They kind of reminded her, well actually both of us, of like sherbet ice cream for some reason. I don't know, that's just, it's almost like I can taste the flavor of the rock. Next up, we have this big old one, and this is definitely a quartz, I believe. It reminded me like a knife. Like it's pretty sharp, like you could just like stab something with it. But yeah, it's pretty big. If you look, it's like almost the size of my hand. This one was interesting as well. It almost reminds me of a piece of fudge, or even like from Chronicles of Narnia, the Turkish Delight. Don't ask me why, I don't know. It's just what it reminds me of, but it's really cool and neat to see like inside the rock, the crystal or whatever you want to call. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but you're looking at it in person, it's amazing just to be able to see inside of it. Like ice is what it feels like, or it looks like. This one was kind of weird to me, and it's the one I think she said it looked like a heart, which it kind of does, but I didn't know if this rock wanted to be blue or purple or white or what. It was like a mix of all of it. Still pretty neat though. We both liked it. This one was like the big daddy one. I mean, this, like if you look, that's how big it is compared to my hand. I want to say this one is rose quartz. I believe that's what it's called because it's, obviously the see-through clear, but it also has a hint of pink to it. And I believe that's what they call the rose quartz. So this one was really neat. Put this by your bedside if you don't want any bad dreams. This rock reminded me of like a Dalmatian for some reason, just because the black, and it's not really white, it's like grayish. But it just reminded me of like a Dalmatian dog. Also too, it also reminded me of like a space rock is what the first thing that came to my mind. Yeah. Another little small rose quartz, I believe. I'm not sure what this part is right here. It looks like it was trying to form something else, or something else was happening. But yeah, still think it's a rose quartz. This is undoubtedly a large quartz, clear quartz. It's just that's how big it is. It's like a size of the fist almost. It's just really nice to get like just a big chunk of like, of a crystal, not just the small little type things, which we've never found in person. and only we have big ones like this from this little mission that we went on. I mean, we find crystals in a sense, but nothing like just this big chunk. Not really sure what this one was, but it looked like the Dalmatian one, I wanted to call it. Similar properties, but definitely it's really smooth. I believe those, you know, obviously the crystals on it. So this is definitely still nice. Next, we just have this geode right here. It came with it. I can't wait to cut this open with my new saw I just got, so stay tuned for that. I'm not gonna soak it because then it just gets all soggy and yucky, so I like it better like this anyway. So this is a geode that came with it. It's pretty big, the size of my palm or a fist. So excited to cut that open, so stay tuned. This was just like the other one before. It looks like slightly purple, like a bluish, and then the white. It's like you didn't know which one it wanted to be, but then it had this on it too. So I don't know if that's just kind of like a stain or like iron stain or something like that. So we'll see down in the future. For some reason, I really like these blue ones. I don't know why. I mean, blue is my favorite color, but I also like a lot of the different colors. So it's neat because it's kind of like glacier blue, but then it has like a little bit of grayish blue on the sides. So it's like a streak. And then it has obviously like this one right here. I think that has a nice touch to it. This one looks like clear quartz as well, with a little bit of the something else forming or like staining, maybe the iron, I think is what that might be. So I do have iron out, however I've never used it, so I'm gonna have to do an experiment. The only thing is I'm scared. I bought it when I got a bunch of flint. I'm just kind of scared to like ruin my rocks is how I feel. So maybe one day I'll make a video with that. And another Dalmatian one is what I like to call them. It's a nice piece. It almost looks exactly the same as that other one that I had. Now these are the ones that my wife likes a lot. She just likes the color. Her favorite color is like the tealish or seafoam green, and it's just like as close as you can get, I guess. So she likes these ones. Here's another one that's very similar to that one that she really likes. I do like how it has a little bit of the staining around it as well. Gives it character. I really like this one. It reminded me of ice cream for some reason, but like you can see the water banding like in it. I'm not sure how well you can see it on the camera, but in person it looks amazing. I like it a lot. It almost looks like a chess piece too. Like you could just set it there and it'd be like a little horse or something. A little piece. This one actually reminded me of those little green suckers, those caramel and I don't remember what they are, but it's a little nostalgia for you. That's what it reminded me of. Another rock that looks like it was a piece of candy that you just unwrapped from your grandma's house and you chew on it for about 4 days. That's what it reminded me of, like a little toffee flavor. Another clear quartz, a little bit of staining on it. This one was pretty interesting too because it was like purple, but then it had like this green on it. So I don't know if this was like a moss agate or type rock or something, but that's definitely what it reminded me of. Another one of the teal ones, or greenish color you could call it. Yeah, because teal is like bluish, right? But yeah, this looks like you could flake it off. Oh, you can. Oh boy. Wow, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Yeah, it reminds me of like shale almost. I guess I gotta be delicate with this one. Oh boy. I would have no clue what this rock is. It's just like a big orange blob it reminds me of, but obviously all rocks are amazing, so can't leave anyone out. Not sure what it is though. This one was a little bit reminding me of flint for some reason. It's got like a little bit of the Dalmatian one in it, mixed with a little bit of other stuff. Almost like someone set it on fire is what it seems like. So, still really neat though. And it has like that little band right there through it. This one was one of my favorites. I love it when they're so smooth. Like, you know, obviously the crystal on it. I love that so much. I just like the variation of color in this. That's why I made it one of my favorites. And the way like how it's sharp, like not necessarily sharp, but like the sharp edges, like a vehicle. I love that stuff. Here's another one of those toffee ones I like to call them. Another bluish green one. Then we all know what this one is from my previous videos if you've seen them. Yeah, the Fool's Gold Pyrite one. I used to think this was real gold when I was little, and I thought I was a millionaire because I found gold. But of course, it was a fool. Another clear quartz. Gotta love these. They're so plain, but yet they're so awesome. Just like my favorite ice cream, vanilla. Another sherbet ice cream one. These orange ones we love. This one I feel has to be maybe like a moss agate. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just like the green in it and whatnot. I don't know. I try my best to try to identify them, but as I'm learning, I definitely appreciate the help. As I said, this and these blue ones are like some of my favorite ones. We have a little tiny tree that has like pieces of these as leaves, and I just love it so much. Here's another one that has more of the white in it. It's just such a sharp blue. This one definitely reminded me of cutting up chicken breast. Like this was just a layer of fat and then the chicken breast. It just did. My mind goes crazy places all the time, and this was one of them. It is very smooth though, very smooth. Another clear quartz with definitely a lot of staining all through it. I believe that's what the iron out will get out, but we'll see. Here's another one that may be part of an agate, because it looks like it has the water banding across the sides right there, if you can see that. And a nice chip. Yeah, there you go, you can see a lot better right there. I think this is the one that she said was her favorite at the time. It just almost looks like from a Marvel movie where it's like a rock that they're trying to get to. It has like to harness the power, you know, inside of like the core shell or something. That's what this one reminded me of. Or Halo 3. That's what it reminded me of too. I almost thought I was in math class with this one for some reason. I mean, look at that. It's like perfectly a cube or a piece of fudge. But I mean, look at that. Tell me that's not geometry right now. Yeah, this one was awesome. Now this one is remarkable. I'm not sure what it's called, but when you look at it, it almost looks translucent. So you can see some of it right there. I believe this is like maybe one of those rocks that glow in the dark. Like you can see it a little bit right there. I'm gonna have to do some experimenting. I know there's like a type of light. I forget what it was or how much it costs, and I can do some experience of looking for these types of rocks. But that, I mean, look at that. Tell me that's not like a freaking like Galactica movie or something. It's awesome. This one belongs with the blue family. It's not as blue, but it's definitely frosty. Definitely. This is a beautiful one with water banding. That looks like a cake. Tell me it doesn't, because I know it does. But the banding in it is pretty nice. You got the top line right there, and then the and down here. Another clear quartz. Straight up looks like glass. Yep. Sort of similar, with a pink tint to it. This was another interesting greenish one. Yeah, it's like perfect green. Reminds me of the Shire. Another Dalmatian one. Another quartz. This one's more chalky. More white, I guess I should say, than just straight clear. Another sherbet. Another greenish one, or teal. These, like this color is just, it's almost like a mystic, kind of is what it reminds me of. Mermaid almost. This one I thought was flint. from my experience in the other rocks that I get. It looks like it. It looks like there's a little bit of banding in it if these get them like right here, like across. But yeah, thought it was flint. Got another Shire Baggins rock. Not really sure what all that is. This is a beautiful one, and now that I think of it, the purple obviously within here makes me feel like it's amethyst. I think that's how you say it. That's what it reminds me of and what I think it is. And the quartz with amethyst. Now this one is kind of bluish, but not really. When you look at it, it's like almost just a grayish, like a grayish blue. This one was kind of almost see-through, but you have to be, you know, looking at it in person. It's still pretty interesting. It's crazy to see like these rocks would just be laying somewhere and you don't think of it's anything, but it actually is. Another quartz. Another quartz with more staining. It's definitely got a tint to it, color. This one had a lot of interesting color to it. Not just that green, like mossy type, but a lot of color. This one almost looks like it's a miniature. Like if you zoomed out, this would be like, you know, where you stand, and this would be like the little river and the cliff. That's what it reminded me of, the way it's shaped. Also looks like a steak bite too. Yummy, yummy. I don't think there was really one like this one so far, or maybe there was. Yeah, there was, similar to like this one in a sense. So yeah, another one of, you know what this one is. Now it's starting to remind me of pesto sauce. I think it's because I'm hungry. Thought this rock you could make into like a pennant or something like that. And wear it. The shape of it is like perfect for that. Maybe I'll get involved with that stuff. There's this one too. Another quartz at the top, just with a lot of staining. Another one sort of like the previous, kind of looks a little bluish black. Another rose quartz, kind of. So the reason why I really like this one is because it almost looks like it's a pinkish orange. I'm not sure, and this one would go probably great into a necklace as well. It was just a weird color. Another clear quartz, but it has a little hint of the amethyst on it, but I don't know if it is really. It's just kind of what it reminds me of. Maybe you can see it a little bit on the camera. I really enjoy this one. It looks like the one I called a piece of chicken with the fat on it, and then the top is all crystal. Here's another blue one, almost matches the background. You could probably skip this into the water probably like 500 times. That's what it looks like. It's not very heavy, it's almost like a flake. Like a frosted flake, but 10 times bigger. But yeah, it's a nice blue. Another interesting rock with different layers. It almost looks like this is just dirty, is what it kind of reminds me of. Maybe it is a little bit, needs a little scrubbed, but yeah, another interesting rock in layers. This reminds me of like a dirty crystal for some reason. Maybe it's just really stained. Got this milky white crystal or rock. Very interesting. Another quartz. No other hint of any other colors, just clear. Another one of these rocks. This would look good tumbled. Maybe I'll get one of those machines later down the line. Same with this one. Not really sure. And with this one as well. And this one is almost perfectly circular, or like a spheroid. Like you could, like one of those colonial weapons, you could get some what they put in gunpowder and put this in there, roll it up and shoot it. Another blue one. For some reason I feel like I should find some elvish writing on this. This almost looks like an arrowhead actually. Didn't even notice that. Look at that. Huh. Probably could make this into an arrowhead. And I'll just go ahead and show. This is just a bunch more of the quartz. As you can see, it'll look nice with all of them together. Not sure what this rock was, but it does have some sparkles on it when you look at it in person. Huh. Not sure. Almost seems flaky as well. Some more pieces that are just kind of more so dirty. It's really just like glass, especially this one right here. Like somebody's windshield broke out or something. And then down to like the snickel frets. This one was kind of interesting. Even though it's one of the small ones, it was almost like one of those like glow in the dark rock. I'm not sure what they're called, but that's what this reminded me of. So yeah, just this one. And then this was kind of like the last bit. There's that blue one. That's about the same size as the leaves on that little tree I was talking about. And you got the quartz right there. That one's more milky. That one's like straight see-through. There's another one of those rocks. But yeah, those are the last little bit. I don't know if I mean, I would still call them rocks, but they're not like the bigger ones. They're still kind of cool though. And then it came with this. So definitely thought we were millionaires now because look at this gold what we got. So real.